Welcome everyone to another Ethel stream. Hello, welcome. Tonight, we have a very serious topic to talk about. We are having a talk tonight, and it's a very serious topic. The topic being the city size in video games. So, who are here right now? Sama saya, hello. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Tikus makan garpu, welcome. Ya, welcome. Selamat datang semua di stream Ethel Chamomile. Selamat datang semua di stream Ethel Chamomile. Seperti biasa, jauhi keramaian, ketatkan celana dalam, simetriskan kedudukan, jangan pernah semangat. Tetaplah putus asa, jadilah beban keluarga. Boom 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 boom. Jack Frost, hello. Bapak Talk, Bapak Jenai. Winter, hello. Francis, hello. Gi, hello. Let Night Talk with T. Ethic, hello on the dial. Howdy, Nano. Pikush, Jack Frost, Gi, Daniel, Frost 99, hello, good evening, Night City, Timothy, hello, Ethel Lecture. Yeah, we lecture tonight. Kobolds are wise. Wise that I'm not kobold though. Bang. Babang. David Lee, hello. David Lee. So, as per the topic for tonight, you can see in the title and in the thumbnail. What? The topic for the talk for tonight is the size of cities in video games. Yeah. So this topic originated when we were talking during the I think it was a work stream, a meme stream. Last Monday, we were talking about city size. How in Bethesda game the cities are small as fuck. Despite how they are supposed to be big, but they are small in game. Nai Janai, Baba Janai, Wakamu-chan, hello, Kontal Janai. Baba tell ora di baba kan babelam. I miss you, Nani, Baba. So, kinda wonder now. Can you not buy GTA 4 anymore? That sucks. Three cities are small now, like Etna. So yeah, Bethesda City. It originated from this meme. Where is the meme? It originated from this here meme. This topic was Skyrim cities in lore. It's big, sprawling cities. Skyrim cities in game, in just a main road and a few buildings. Nah! I accidentally deleted the home. Oh my god. This is so stupid. Jaishan Kaira, hello, I'm Indonesia, welcome. Why are you squid, Babato? I'm not. Anyway, about meme, I forgot a lot of meme in my ID saved and now become junkyard for meme. You wanna see it all? I drop my password if I'm not forget. Don't wanna! Go post them on the on Sundays lah. I don't want to access your ID. So it's basically Nina's game. Kind of, yes. So love meme. She love too. She love memes. But yeah. I mean, I understand that in Bethesda games, right? It's a video game, right? They are trying to save on memory and whatnot. Too lazy to download, dropping link also too much. Yeah, I understand though. There are too many of them. She's on her acceptance phase. I am not. Didn't even building a whole city takes time, storage, and effort lah. But here's the thing. Dragon Dogma literally did it. What is your excuse? GTA 4 also did it. GTA San Andreas had multiple cities. Also did it. To be fair though, Bethesda had to create multiple cities, so okay, I'll give that to them. However, still, they are multi-billion-dollar companies. You're really telling me they cannot create like actually big cities to explore? So what we gonna build? What build? Okay, then what is your excuse, 99? And I'm alone. I'm a single person, and I have limited time to work on my game. Okay, that's why I am allowed to make small cities, and it's a joke game in the first place. Why didn't you build a whole city in your game, 99? Nanyo. Gofood, hello. She's multi-millionaire. Certified 271T. What's a 271T? Let me get a Caesar. Single what? Single parent. Single person. And it's a box simulator. And to be fair, it's I kinda did make like pretty big parts of the city, right? Just that it was separated into sections. So yeah, because as you see, remember one word, kutunggu janda. Bandung Bondowoso can make 1001 temples in a single night by himself. Why can't you make a city, 99? Wow, sugoi ne. Hello, Tikus, wakan garbu. Welcome. So yeah, I kinda wanna rant. In this case, kinda also rant about the city in Starfield. Cause like, what's the thing? I forgot what the name is. Cause you see this? This is neon. This city from Starfield It's called Neon City, right? It's a city that is supposedly where the whole that's the one and only city in the whole planet, because the whole planet is water. Okay. And it looks big from the image, right? But when you actually enter the damn place, it's basically just a mall. It's not a city, it's a mall. For real. The whole place is just one main street, and beside the streets are buildings, and that's about it. It's a mall, not a city. Okay, fine. They cannot expand because they are like in the middle of an ocean planet, I guess. Yeah. Starfield Aquila City. But they have no excuse for this city. This is Aquila City. You see here? This is the front entrance. And then there's the main street. Right? And then here are the chunks of the buildings. That's it. This is apparently a city that has won a war against some other planet. You can count with how many buildings there are in this city.
Saya mah nyari duit dari umur 16 tahun.
Nico, thank you.
Umur 16 tahun nih, penghasilan 10 jutaan lah. Umur 17 naik nih, jadi 20 jutaan. Sekarang umur 22 tahun, penghasilan udah 40 jutaan lah. Gampang banget lah kalau ngebacot begini mah. Ngalamin mah boro-boro.
Bacot doang gampang ya, ngalaminnya boro-boro. Tai. Gomen Ethel-chan, Iski is hidden. Nani? But building a city is simple, Nana. I can build a whole city in city skyline. Very simple. Such simpleness, huh? Aku kecewa sama gedung sate Bandung pas aku masuk ternyata nggak ada sate. Ya mah bukan itu buat untuk tujuan anjing. Kan Baba Boy. Keep the picture on the screen for a while lah. Don't show it at only 1 second. No space. Rizky, halo. Telat sitik orang aru. Maklarin lu warna apa? Why na Enggi. So yeah, nampat malam. Bethesda has this like habit of making like in lore the city is supposed to be big, but in game it's not big. I understand why they make it that way, because it's to save memory, right? And like by how they make their game where every single door is enterable, right? It's kinda asking too much for them to make the city to be big and to be huge and sprawling. And I understand that, but here's the thing: why don't they just make the cities not and the buildings not enterable, like Dragon's Dogma? It has so many empty buildings, useless buildings, but it makes the city big. Dragon's Dogma Grand Soren. Where is it? Sky view. Look at that. That city actually looks big, right? Because all of the useless buildings, it actually looks like a city. I like that. Anjay, orang Indo kenapa ngomong bahasa Inggris ya? Anjing aing ngerti. Oh, there's city with interactable things in Gmod. Gmod different lah. But I like dystopia building because it makes between high-tech nature and natural evolve because nuclear war and make makhluk hidup become creepy, and if there's human, there's no moral anymore. Yeah, I'm not talking about the aesthetic, I'm talking about the size. We are talking about the size here. I also like those kind of building. They're from Fallout usually, right? But in Fallout, small cities actually make sense because it's a wasteland, right? It's a wasteland, and so the cities are typically would be smaller than our city because not many people are even alive to be in the city. Ngomong Indo tapi dia tinggal di California. Nyesel beli chat non-terpas kepake buat masih buat benggo. Dia orang ini tapi lah di LA lenteng anggun dan kebanyakan baca BL dan Yuri. Nani? Size, yes, size. One thing that I like, that I think they can make though, Bethesda can make is, it would have been better for them. They are already using loading screens anyway. Why don't they separate the cities into several parts, like what they did in Oblivion, right? The capital city was separated into these separate parts, and that makes the city feels big, right? It makes the city feels big enough. It still wasn't big enough, honestly, but it felt big. Because the thing is, you can actually see that each part of the city has only like very little view buildings. That there aren't enough building to house the citizens there, but it makes the place feel big enough because I think open zones actually make places feel big. Because it feels like there is like a good travel time from one zone to another, and that gives you the illusion of, oh, you have to travel from this point to this point, and that means the city is actually bigger than it is. You get what I mean? For example, in like in whatchamacallit, Vampire Masquerade. In Vampire Masquerade, the city, the map itself is actually pretty small, but it's separated into these parts, and that actually makes the map feels much bigger. The city in Vampire Masquerade actually feels big because it's separated, and the city layout isn't boring at all. It's convoluted. All here, you go there, right? It twists and turns all over the place. So it's fun to navigate. It feels, even if you have navigated the place several times already, it kind of feels new every time. I think that's also another way to make your city feels big. I can make a city with interactable buildings in Minecraft. Different lah Minecraft. Tinggal di California. You should make a tier list too. Maybe next time tier list. Kasi parang ada nga di sana. Mana ko tau? So yan to Jombang. Halo malam. Monku, hello. What was the game on the BG? That was Cyberpunk. City in Cyberpunk, however, it feels big. The night city feels big. Probably because the whole desert area as well. But I think it feels big because the city actually has these different characteristics on each of its parts, and like it's the main road is kind of like turns all over the place, and like it has these many interesting places to see, so it feels big. It's like there are many interesting things that they put in the city that each part of the city feels unique, I think. So it also feels big despite not being separated into open zones. Tinggal di California Fried Chicken cabang stasiun Lempuyang. Anyway, hi. Lumabalo, halo. Naspat banyak di LA Lenteng Agung. Look at Liyue, there's a lot of people but there's only a few homes. Yeah, Liyue is like that also. So here's the thing, Liyue, right? It feels small. The Liyue part, the main part where there's the main street part, that part feels small, right? But over the teleportation point around Catherine's area, despite that area being smaller than the main street, that part I think it actually feels big because again the roads, the layering of the house and layouts and stuff, pretty nice. If you put many buildings in your city, apparently that makes the city feels bigger. That's also why I think Sumeru isn't really that much bigger than Mondstadt, I think. But it feels big because the road is like it goes all over the place, and the scenery is always interesting to look at. So like the city isn't empty. The next sakit, mana sakit? I never heard about Vampire Masquerade. It's an old game right at this point, but apparently they're working on the sequel. So big cities in older games just few houses, then current now is explorable. In older games, for example in Daggerfall, apparently they created a whole city so big they can get lost in it. I haven't gotten the chance to actually explore it because the game is too damn hard. But apparently you can, and I really want to try it. I bet it will feel empty, but it will feel huge. The city will feel huge, and that's the thing that I like. Those houses, random houses, you're not supposed to enter them. Those are people's houses. Don't enter people's houses without their permission. But like if you put, for example, the quest counter and the equipment shop, you put them far away, it's not convenient at all for the player, yeah. But it will make the city feels actually big because you have to travel from one place to another, and it will feel even bigger if you put like interesting point of interest along the way, right? I think that's what Cyberpunk kind of does. It makes it puts like this centers, shopping centers, where the shops are closer together, but like and then they put them at a good distance from one another, and along the way there are nice things to look at, points of interest and all whatnot. So they look nice. Now, GTA, right? cities the city in GTA 5 for me somehow it feels small. I don't know why, but it feels small. Maybe because like I spend more time like speeding around, but it feels so small. You can get from one end to another very quickly. Probably because of the layout. The layout is too generic or something, and there aren't much things to look at. The one most memorable thing that I remember from GTA 5 City is that one skyscraper being built. That's it. Meanwhile, in GTA San Andreas, for example, the first city itself already felt so damn big. Maybe it's biased because I played this game when I was a little, so I remember it to be much bigger. But it feels big. It may be because the layout is interesting. Many points of interest, right? And you spend a lot of time on your early game just in one small sector of the city, right? You have to do the rider quest, sweet quest, and then like big smoke quest, and they all just mostly all around the same area, right? Before you get to actually like the quest actually push you a bit up to the city, right? So you get very familiar with the surrounding around the first starting area before the game makes you explore the rest of the city, basically. I think that's why also you get so familiar with your initial neighborhood, and then the rest of the world feels much bigger for you. That may also be why I think Cyberpunk City, the city in Cyberpunk feels big. It's because the first few hours, I spent the first few hours going around the side missions and mine missions around the Watson area, just a small part of the whole city, before the game opens up the whole city, and it really gives me like, whoa, there's a whole new world open for me, like that. It's pretty cool. Nenek bilang ko na kay prima donna. Nani? Dark Soul Anor Londo feels big but the map actually small. Oh yeah, that's true. Anor Londo, when you first see Anor Londo, it's huge. It's buildings everywhere. But the explorable area is actually small. But that's okay because it's not that kind of game, right? But yet, the city still feels big. It really feels like you're going through like this whole city. Speaking of that, that city under the golden tree in Elden Ring also feels big. Because again, the layout, the houses, right? I love it. I love those kind of cities. Mondstadt, so many buildings but so few people. In Mondstadt, Mondstadt, the main street feels so small to me, but the rest they help fill in the gaps to make the city feels bigger, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think there's enough empty buildings in Mondstadt to make the city actually feels big. But it's big enough. It feels small, but it's big enough, I guess. Probably because you don't really have to go through all those empty buildings, right? As much, right? It would be nice if they can add more empty buildings around the city to make it feels bigger. Raja bahasa Jawa. Enggak, Lenteng Agung tempat tinggal bro. Iya. Ini AI ta, bukan. Kau cerdas buatan Amerika. Cimata setan apa yang suka olahraga? Sendal bowling. Sir J, hai. Cerdas Amerika Indonesia mentok buat anak. Dah pintar buat obat Indonesia, pintar buat obat apa mesin. Awesome game, thank you. Talk about the city size. The problem is more less building we can interact between small but interact with able or big but only ornaments. I would rather they have like many buildings that are not interactable, just to fill in the blanks from to make the city feels big, because a city is supposed to be big, right? The damn thing is supposed to be big, so stop making it small. Sing penting yakin. Halo Raffi, welcome. 99 Janai. GTA 5 city is not small. It's not small. The size is not small at all. But it feels small because you get from one place to another like, I don't know, pretty quick, I think. There are not much places of interest, maybe. Dadang ko loh. Lalu sinimat ngobrol apa di mana? Channel Yaro. Lamputi, halo. I don't want to set the world on fire. GTA has big city, but there's lots of space between compared to Cyberpunk. There's lots of build too, but like compressed in one small area. Oh, that may be why Cyberpunk City feels bigger. It's because the buildings are so damn tall, so it actually covers your vision, so you cannot really see too far. So you always feel so cramped, right? So you feel so this tiny in this huge city. Meanwhile, in GTA, you can actually look up and see the things, and then you get the sense of the sense of size, the sense of that sense of scale, kinda. That the place isn't actually that big. I guess. Saya nyimak. What is the cause why cities are felt small? First, because they are small, I think. Second, because they don't look, the whole city just look like the same. The whole city looks the same, right? Not enough point of interest, or not enough distinction between one area to another, right? And 3, because I don't know, I think those two are the actual reasons. They're actually small, or not enough distinction between one area and another. Because I bet if you make like a small city, if you make a small size city, but you put a lot of districts in that city and make its district very very distinct from each other, I bet that city will look actually big. For example, GTA 4 city feels bigger than GTA 5 city for me. Do you think that too? Despite GTA 4 city is actually much smaller than GTA 5 city. The reason I think is because the layout in GTA 4 city is so memorable. Like when you get, for example, the road in front of Rico's apartment, right? It's like that long road, and then on top of it is like the train rail. On the right side, there's if you go to the around the right side, there's the amusement park. Beside the amusement park, there's a road to the elite area, right? And then if you go left from Rico's house, there's this like road that like curved downwards, right? Then there's his cousin's business office, right? And then you go down even more, there's the industrial part. So like it has all these distinct parts of the city put side by side to each other. Good evening, Madam. Francis, welcome. CRC, so few people. So many buildings, so many grandma status, and so many golf issues. Free koyo masuk pets. Nanya? That GTA do. Zelda Tears of Kingdom doesn't have any buildings, although the map is big. Yeah, because the whole map is wilderness. Okay nih, halo. Avatarnya keren banget, thank you. Fallout New Vegas building maze made me want to puke. Fallout New Vegas feels small to me though. The New Vegas itself, because it's just one main street, right? And then like the casino parlors to the left, buildings to the left and right. But the city in front of that feels super huge for me, because the maze-like because probably the maze-like structure, the maze-like layout, right? And the actually tall buildings. I love it. City is supposed to be big. Kalau kecil namanya kecamatan. True. I would set the whole world on fire. Pamit memancing. Okay, semoga dapat ikan. Bartholomew, hello. What you doing? I'm ranting about cities in game. And how Bethesda keeps making these tiny cities. Rakuma, next, nani, next. Bow, bow. Travel to world border in Minecraft. Where that's different lah. That is true. Despite GTA 4 map is so small, it's so detailed, right? Another thing in GTA 4 map that makes the city feels much bigger is the interactable of the city. Right? I know I talk about how like empty house, uninteractable houses makes the city bigger, but like in GTA 4, you can, for example, you can interact with you can order taxi, and then you get to watch Rico actually ride the taxi and follow along to the destination, right? So it feels like you really live in the city, and that makes the city feels much bigger. And then, for example, like there's what else are there? Oh yeah, the bowling parlor. And then there's the thing I like in GTA 4 is the police mission, where you get to become this vigilante, where you can steal police vehicle and then listen to their radio to get vigilante missions. That's pretty cool, but that's beside the point. But yeah, the interactable, the unique layout, right? They give so much detail into the city that it feels much bigger. Oh, another good map is Bully. Bully is so good. The map in Bully is so good. The city is small. If you think about it, the city is small, but it feels damn big for me. I don't know why, but it's damn big. The whole map itself can probably fit in Los Santos, but its district is so different from each other that it feels big. The whole map feels big. There's the school, there's the the venue city, right? The square, and then to the left there's like the commercial type place, I think, with more buildings, and on top of that is the elite area, and to the right of the square is the industrial area. It feels so huge, man. I love it. You played GTA 4? I did, but not on stream. Catbox map is so big yet there's no building at all. There are buildings. It's full of attack cobots. If Fallout New Vegas buildings makes you puke, try Dragonfall. Then just if you wanna end yourself, I really should try Daggerfall one of these days. I tried Daggerfall but couldn't get past the tutorial. It was too hard. When will Nana add skyscrapers to Catbox Sim? I already did. GTA 4 map give more impact cause it have more gimmick and more life. Right, exactly. Those details makes the city feels bigger. It's not exactly about the actual size of the city, it's how it feels. Yeah? Another example is Deus Ex Machina, the first game. It's actually not an open world game, it's open zone games, right? But I didn't go through the game that much yet, but it's like Vampire Masquerade. It feels big because like the open zones are well built with interesting layout and points of interest that it feels big. And I really feels like I'm inside of this big city. For some reason, the entire map of OJ Simulator is a lot bigger than Good Morning Girl. Well, duh! The city in OJ Simulator is interesting also, to be honest. Because, like, for whatever, maybe because I haven't played it that much, but it felt pretty big to me. I couldn't find my way around. Big city also according what type of the game. If I compare Cyberpunk and Forza Horizon, this one become real city but full interaction, but other only become trim for look only. But that's another topic though. The interactability really is another topic. It's about really the size. Cause like, but then again, in Cyberpunk, you can actually go explore the whole city. But in Forza Horizon, can you? Is there a freedom in Forza Horizon? I think in racing game, big city is really what matters for big city in racing game really is the size of the map. Yeah. Because it's racing game, you're not gonna be interacting with the buildings. The only interaction you will have in the buildings is crashing on them. Why Rockstar games all the time? Third game that I also mentioned was Cyberpunk and Dragon Dogma, and Bethesda also. GM Big City feels sandy for some reason, but not in GM. Exactly, the map of Bully is so small, yet it's so alive and it's very detailed. Right? It's so good. Rockstar makes a lot of nice detailed maps, especially in RDR2. I haven't played RDR2, but from the look of it, it seems big. My most unique name of a weapon is Death Gun though. What do you mean? I mean for its time, it's very impressive. Even now, it's still impressive to me. But that's probably bias. There's no building in Catboxy. There is! All I know is a powerful revolver better than the regular gun. I don't get it. What are you talking about? The Gulfo tutorial is already held through. I almost couldn't get through it. There's no skyscraper. There is in the city stage. It's not the size that matters, but technique. As an actual gamer girl, oh my god! Good morning, Crow City is filled with skyscrapers, yet it doesn't feel big. It's a freaking visual novel! There's anything mod for Dagger to make it a bit bearable to play. Daggerfall map is huge, but it's bland and yet feels empty because the maps are actually randomly generated. Wait, randomly generated every time you go there? What? Huh. You can interact with buildings in driving using the good crash into the... Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Daggerfall mod. Daggerfall Unity mod. Oh, they make Daggerfall in Unity. Ah, that reminds me. The city in Mountain Blade, not Bannerlord. The one that I have. It's one Mountain Blade Warband. Actually feels big. It's very small, it's very tiny, but it feels big because you cannot really see what's in the city. I guess the streets are small and the layout's convoluted. I think that's the key here. Convoluted layout makes the city big somehow. Real big city in racing game we can find is NSF, for example. Need for Speed Most Wanted cities feels pretty big, yeah. There's not even a single building. Nanya! Gaming girl! There's a revolver in New Vegas called that gun. Oh, I never know that. Never find it. But the good morning calls today have a lot of scarcity. Nanya! It's a game. It's a visual novel. I don't drink and stretch. Oh, and hello. Every map in Daggerfall is randomly generated. I believe even dungeons and cities except the tutorial dungeons. Oh, so it's completely randomly generated map. So that's how it feels so big. You never even built any structures in Kitbox Sim. What are you talking about, Jack Force? You didn't see me build. I guess you weren't exactly there when I was in stage number 8, if I'm not mistaken, where I was building the city stage. Mana lain batin. Mana lain batin juga. Cities in games. Do you guys have any games where the city feels tiny? The magic of PSO2. The PSO2, the new Genesis city. I don't know if it's supposed to be that tiny, but it's damn tiny. I swear to God, there's only 4 buildings or something in the whole city, and they call it a city. Why? Make it big, bro. But you never built any city lah, cause Saddle City feels small, not gonna lie. The whatchamacallit? The second city? What's it called? I think it's actually feel pretty big. The one on the surface actually feel pretty big because it's small. Like the area the explorable area is very small, but when you go to the edge of the maps, you see that it shows you the rest of the city that you cannot go to, and that actually makes the place feels big. It makes you flat. It makes it feels like you're in the middle of a city. That reminds me of how Toram does it too. That's exactly how Toram does it. Toram Online. It's small explorable area, but at the edge of the explorable area, it shows you the rest of the city right? So yeah, makes it feels big. It's the feel, not the size. Diba? Persona City also feels small too. I never played Persona, so I don't know. In all game you played, what game has the best map design in your perspective? Bully. Yeah, I really like the map in Bully. It's amazing how tiny it is, but how they make the whole map feels big. The second city, Bogor. Crash Bandicoot City. In Mario City, oh my god, Jack Frost is just like being comedy at this point. Cute model, thank you. Del doesn't like JRPG, I forgot. I'm not really into JRPGs. She only like Doki Doki Literature Cup. Which larger compared to IKN menuju Indonesia cemas? Indonesia cemas. Burping. So, what are the city that you guys think like small, too small, perhaps? One city that I like from Skyrim that feels big to me is Markat, because probably you can see from the moment you enter, you can see all the tall buildings going through all the way back, so it feels kind of big. Yeah, feels like you really are in the middle of a big city. The Winterhold? I forgot the name. Solitude felt pretty small, to be honest, for me. Except for the back part of it where it's the residential part feels bigger. For Winterhold? No, not Winterhold. The other one, the capital one. The North capital one. That one it actually feels pretty big. Yeah. Not that big, but it feels bigger than usual. SMT line games in SimCity seem big. Really? I never really play. Plant vs. Still. Dragon Dogma cities are big. I love it. I heard they make the cities and the map even bigger and more detailed in Dragon Dogma too. I kinda want to try. Angry Bird City. She doesn't like turn-based game because she doesn't wait. True. Death Star. Dragon Dogma map feels big because fast traveling is limited, then most of the time you walk to go certain places. Lol, it's shit. Hey, that's how I travel the city in Yakuza 0 though. I don't run, I just walk. And then I think that actually makes the city feel so big. The map feels so big because I just walk all over the place. But the map itself is already pretty well made and so distinct from each other. and it has a lot of activities, a lot of life in it, that I think even if I were to run all over the place, the maps in Yakuza 0 would actually still feels big. So make a tier list of the biggest city and how much interactable the building. Make a tier list. I think it's really more about like if we're gonna like in this topic, it's more a tier list of how big a city feels. Yeah. Gran Turismo City feels kinda small. Nani? Ala, ketelan gak tikus? Welcome. Tikus kamu telat tanya what's up? Nah, Kosuke, hello. How about Octopath Traveler? It's like a big map. I haven't played Octopath Traveler. Of course, pretty well made. They have big resources and big money to make it happen. Of course. And it's the whole charm too. Animal Crossing City feels small. Mario Kart nani ya? Stop it, Jack Frost. No Man's Sky punya mapnya kecil banget. No Man's Sky's map is basically like Minecraft at this point. But No Man's Sky doesn't have cities. They did like city update the other day, but I haven't really find any cities, and it looks like even if there are cities there, they won't be that big, and they're more like settlements. I mean, Minecraft's map is kinda small. Sniffle. Wow, it's already 1 hour and now I'm starting to feel sleepy. God dang it. Nah! The true question is, what question? TP, hello. Star Citizen map feels small. Star Citizen map. The 25 months setelah, thank you TP. Welcome. Why is Catbox Simulator so small? Nanya. Star Citizen, I think the city that the planet, the city planet, the one where the whole planet is city. I think that is pretty cool. I think that map feels pretty big enough for me. It really makes me feel like I'm in the middle of this like planet-sized city, right? But then, if we wanna talk about the space stations, yeah, the space stations feel small. Not only because the explorable area is also small, but it's also because I think there are not much activities or points of interest going on. It's completely empty. Kinda makes me want to play again Star Citizen. That reminds me also of Elite Dangerous. The space station in Elite Dangerous kinda feels big, but not from the inside. The outside feels big. And then you go inside, you see all these activities, these ports, right? These other spaceship going about their day. And then you land on your spot and you do your stuff. That feels pretty good. The space station in Eve Online is massive. Just because the outside, the exterior itself is already huge. It's huge, it's massive. There's so many of these like NPC ships and explore player ships going around it, and it has so much activities like traffic, it has lights, it has billboards, right? it's so alive and it feels so big. And then you get inside of it, you'll see the interior is also full of lights and traffics and people. Damn, I love it. It really feels so much, so big. I'm actually learning something from this though. I'm also realizing new stuff. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Tidak bubble, tidak sekolah besok. Guys mau sekolah, capek. Drop money about 271T and Catbox Simulator will have big city. Even if I had that much money, I won't be able to make actual huge city in Catbox Simulator lah. It's not needed. Besides, I already make a city that feels big enough in the game. Elite Dangerous stuff is all cool, but very boring over the years without much updates. Yeah, tells me welcome. It's all cool until I like do my 100 transport mission from one space station to another that looks and feels exactly the same anyway. But it's something that makes me feel like I want to go play it again and again. And that reminds me of Truck Simulator cities. The cities in Truck Simulator, for some reason, they feel small? Question mark? Because like you only ever gonna go through this tiny part of the city and it's mostly the outskirts. But that's probably because I haven't really go through the big city. Actually no, I did. And now I remember it actually feels big because like it has all these buildings in the backdrop. Right. So it really feels like you're going to like a big city. It's like half the size of big city. Ethel homeschooling. How about AC1 map? I never play AC1. But if we're talking about Assassin's Creed, the city in Black Flag, I think it's pretty big. The city in Black Flag is pretty big because like maybe it's more because of the complex layout, and by complex I mean because I mostly go through it on the rooftops. And then if we're gonna talk about another city that I already play is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. The city is huge there. I love it. I think it's mainly because of the tall buildings also. So like it feels big. It feels really big. And you can actually ride carriage from one place to another. AC2. Ito kaya anaknya Deddy Kobuser. Gimana? Sekolah di rumah. Tumben full English kok kada nyampe. In City Skyline game, you can make city as big as you can. Yes, you can. Even the map of Black Flag feels small to me, to be honest. I don't know, most of them aren't feels dense or also feels dead. The sea part, I guess. The small settlements. If it's like the big cities one, I feel they are big enough, plenty big enough. Oh no. Oh god. Yabe. I was losing consciousness there for a second. Probably because of the energy drink. I'm getting too old for this thing. Risky, welcome back. let me go get some water. And then we'll continue. I want to get water, but the fried rice hit hard. Cuma dapat lele 4 sama sendal orang lah. Where are you? Gak mahal lah. I want to get water. Dali. Padang malah cara dapat ikan dapat pakai pelet apa? Pakai bom. Rapture City FANBOX is also bigger than City in Cyberpunk. Really? I guess because like you explore in stages instead of actual free roam. It feels bigger. That also reminds me of the city in Mirror Edge 1 and Mirror Edge 2. And this is probably because why the GTA 5 city feels smaller. Because the city in Mirror's Edge 1 feels bigger to me. Probably because you explore it in stages. So you always explore the interesting parts of the city exactly once, right? And so the layout is much more customized by the developer and stuff. Meanwhile in Mirror's Edge 2, you go through the city like so many times, right? So many times and so fast. It doesn't feel as special anymore. No, babagan. Filmnya pasti jatuh ke lantai. What happened? Stream ending? It's not. I don't know. My internet kinda died for a second. It was ending. Doing some highly secret job. Hell yeah. Intriguing. I like this starter screen. So cute. Thank you. It was made by Mamang Nikasuki. Back when Ethel is still young. Nani? I like Grandma Ethel better. Don't know why. Those damn curves. Yes, sir. Hold on, tap. Tap. Hiya. Ayo, come back. Don't forget to check your face's color. It can show you health. It was brown. It hit hard. We back. Ethel's out of breath from 12. I got banned from Discord for a bit. Thank you. Thank God I remember to make an out. No. What happened? Burping. My heart is not healthy from all these energy drinks. So yeah, cities in video games. Basically, make the city actually contain something. Either that, or you make the size actually big. Or you can also make it open zones instead of open world. That way your city will feel much bigger. I am very sure your city will feel much bigger if you make the city separate the city into 10 different explorable zones. I have no idea. Take your pick of the explanation and I probably did it. Heart not good. Fix your sip, I guess. Last night, right? I was after the stream. I would watch an anime before I go to sleep. But after the stream, I was so damn sleepy. I went to sleep for 10 minutes. I took a nap, and then when I woke up, I felt still very, very sleepy, so I ended up sleeping all the way to morning. Another example for games in city in video game is RuneScape City. That's so tiny. RuneScape City, it's so tiny. Why they so tiny? they feel tiny. Except for the one in the middle though. It has nice good enough amount of buildings to make it feels big. Right? To make it feels like an actual city. I really should be talking about this while playing the game, said games, huh? But I don't have them installed. I currently don't have them installed. Oh. That makes me want to play GTA 4 again. But currently I am way too busy playing Helldivers anyway. So busy. Definitely cannot not play Helldivers. Definitely cannot. It's addiction. It also kind of makes me want to build a city. Design city. Na 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 na. Nice. Any other cities in games, guys, that you can think of that we can talk about? One city I remember. I think it's called Lominsa in Final Fantasy 14. The one in the center. No, not the one in the center. The one that is... Yeah, I think it's called Lominsa. Lominsa. Yeah, this city. This city actually feels... No, not this city. The one in the middle, I guess, yeah. Lominsa feels pretty big as well, to be honest. But then again, it may be because I always walk when I play that game. And it also actually because you can explore the area outside of it and see how big the city is from outside. And the city itself, inside the city itself, is separated into few zones that you can explore. That you have to like go through loading screen to get to one place, to one spot, to one zone to another. Ethel, welcome. Lominsa. Which one do you prefer? Semi-open world like Warframe open world, sandbox open world like Gmod, or sectional dungeon open world like Monster Hunter? Semi-open world like Warframe. I prefer Monster Hunter because usually those kind of open world is more filled with handmade points of interest because it's usually smaller, right? And like interestingly, usually smaller maps has more interesting things to play through than bigger maps. Unless the traversal itself is the main part of the game, right? The traversal is main part of the game usually. The smaller maps, especially for RPGs, I prefer the smaller maps because they just have more nice stuff to go through, I would say. How about Gotham City in Arkham Knights? Oh, I played I think it was the first one. The first city. That was really nice. You get to like fly around and stuff. I don't really remember much of it though. For some reason my memory of it is kinda hazy. but it felt pretty big. I remember it feeling pretty big. Despite I bet it wasn't that big. Open world like Elden Ring. Elden Ring map is superb. It's huge, but that's a map, not really a city. Elden Ring only has like what, 2 cities? 2 cities, both of which feels incredibly huge. One, because it actually is huge, right? 2, because it has these many backdrops that suggest that it's actually huge. 3, because like the layout is confusing enough. And 4, because there are so many annoying enemies along the way, so exploring the whole place actually takes a long time. She like them small for real. Chata, one of the coolest open world is Dark Souls 1. Oh yeah, open world in Dark Souls 1 is, I love it. Everything connects to each other. There's no dead end. Like, well, there are some dead ends, but everything connects to things always connect to another place. That it's interesting to see where the next road will lead. It's so fun. That's why, Ethel, what are we talking? We're talking about city size in video games. Ilias, hello. How about Powered and Valheim? Those don't exactly have cities. And in Power doesn't have cities, right? Oh, it has. Yeah, it has the one like around the north part of the map. I think that place is pretty big. Although it's only filled with enemies. But I think that's pretty big. Plenty big for you to explore. Because it's actually big. Dark Souls also have like mini cities too. Dark Souls 1, the one that there's the Undead Burg, the whatchamacallit, the Rotten Vale, was it called? And then there's the big one, I forgot. And Orlando, all of those feels huge. I don't know how they make it, but they are awesome. It's probably because the backdrops. I really think it's the backdrops that makes cities in games actually feels big. All those useless empty buildings in the backdrop, they enhance your sense of scale. Powered and Valheim you can build your own. Yeah, but in Powered at least you can't really make one that is too big. I tried. Empty since not NPC. It's only if you're gonna be filled with pals. Name bigger city than Godlock the Destroyer. All kinds of genre. All kinds of genre. There is one single NPC that sells stuff. In Undead Burg. The true crime series and Mafia does pretty good job. Oh yeah, True Crime I don't know, but Mafia 1 I played. Mafia 1, I think it was the remastered one. The city felt nice. It has a big feel to it. If you see it really, it's not that big. It's just like a circular area around like this single lake, but it feels so big. I don't know how. It just feels so big. It just feels big. I think it's because they use like the same thing that makes Bully feels big, because each of the area is like small enough to contain a lot of interesting points, and this area is very distinct from the next area, from the layout, the looks and all, so the whole place feels big. if you one day decided to make an open world game, what kind of open world do you prefer to make? And what's the most important feature that have to be included in it? Open world, huh? That's a pretty hard question to answer, to be honest. I don't want to make a Ubisoft type open world, that's for sure. And like I probably would prefer open zones instead of open world, because it just like, I think open zones are more manageable and it actually makes the maps feel bigger, right? One feature that must be included in it is the ability to transport goods from one city to another, because I just like doing that. I don't know why. You have to be able to take mission to take like some items, right, from one city, and then you have to walk all the way to the next city, to the destination city to finish your mission. It's like a truck simulator. I like it. And also the ability to camp outside. To like make camp and stuff. The ability to sleep. The ability to sit down. The ability to walk by default. I want my open world game to be immersive. If I'm gonna make an open world that is also an RPG, I want to really put the role playing, really push the role playing part of it. Wow, tama. Malam decu. What I want in open world is actual content to explore. True. Actual content. Because many open world is just, especially like Ubisoft mode, Ubisoft type open world. You open the map. Here are some mini icons. Yeah. Now go through all of that, and all of those are mostly the same from one another anyway. So like, it's more like checklist the game. Tia, Ethel, hello, welcome. GTA SMF feels huge because of it, for it having multiple cities too. GTA San Andreas map it's just massive. It has multiple cities. It has many points of interest so close to another, right? Like, damn, it's just gold. Talking about city size, the most satisfying city map I've played is Tower Fantasy City Ruin in Middle. Tower of Fantasy City Ruin? I've never been there. Ooh. Yeah, I've never been there before. What's the place called again? The latest true crime game is Sleeping Dog. Did you play? Ah, Sleeping Dog! Oh yeah, the map in Sleeping Dog is also huge. Oh my god, it's so huge. It's actually small, now that I think about it, but it feels big. I played the game from start to finish. I love it. Very vast and a lot of climbing. Ooh. Yeah, compared to GTA 5, San Andreas is more satisfying to explore, right? Because I think it's because the layout in San Andreas is much more nicer, right? And like even the road and stuff, it goes all the way, right? It turns here, turns there. many sights to see. Meanwhile, in GTA 5, from what I see, mostly it's like, it really feels like mostly flat ground with like points of interest littered around, to be honest. It's not that, it just feels that way. How about mobile? Mobile isn't exactly like, doesn't exactly have city, you know, does it? The Sims count. The Sims, huh? I guess it counts because it has city. And I never really play around the city part of the Sims. I often play in the suburb area. And the suburb area feels small. Probably because like when my Sims go out to work, I don't see them at the workplace. I just see the house and then there's like fast forward. Ethel never played Witcher 3, right? See? But she has played CP. Don't know how both compare. Yeah, I never played Witcher 3. I have the game, but I haven't tried it at all. I want to try it. And then I can compare the map to Cyberpunk. Make Souls-like game, wouldn't totally buy it. Souls-like game, huh? I don't know if I want to make a Souls-like game, but I would definitely make the combat something like that. I really like grounded combat. Heavy grounded combat. I like it. I prefer that kind of combat than like fast flashy combat. So like if it's a scale, there's Dark Soul combat and then there's Final Fantasy combat. I prefer Dark Souls combat. It's more grounded and realistic kind of combat. How about the era? Which era do you prefer for open world? Personally, I would go with Cyberpunk era just because I like Cyberpunk. So like futuristic. Because weirdly enough, we don't really have that many futuristic open world game that isn't set on post-apocalypse now, do we? Right? Think about it. Most of the open world games are either like fantasy or post-apocalypse. Where's the just normal sci-fi, right? There's Cyberpunk, there's Deus Ex, but that's not exactly like real open world. It's open zone, and you can't even make your own character, right? And then what? I don't know what to talk here, so I'm on playing day 2. Okay. See ya! Thank you for coming, Gamma. Good luck. Have fun. Sleeping Dog with the immersive Hong Kong recreation is awesome though. I'll be honest. True. I really like the map. Penaman era pernah, tapi belum jauh. Fat isn't always boring. Rising Force. I thought the Sims 3 that's the only one which allow you to travel using your own vehicle. I think I cracked the Sims 3 before, yeah. And it felt pretty nice. Being able to go all over the place felt pretty nice. How about Ubisoft games maps? I think most of them are huge, but Emo Day felt boring and lifeless. Yeah, Ubisoft maps are usually very, very huge. They really got the size down, but they don't really get the content down. The settlements, like the cities and stuff, they're also pretty okay, I would say. For example, Watch Dogs 2 city feels pretty big enough. But then again, you go through the city so fast, and like there are kinda not as much points of interest, right? It's more so The city doesn't feel like a city, it feels like a playground. And I think that's bad. A city should feel like a city instead of a playground. For me to feel like the city is a city. You know what I mean? It's like a sandbox instead of a city. Recently I played New Vegas, not very far, but the exploration is more exciting compared to Oblivion. Oblivion encounter feels so repetitive to me. Ah, yeah, New Vegas. Probably because in Oblivion, you encounter like generic, randomly generated encounters along the way, I guess. Only like in few places are actually scripted. Meanwhile, in New Vegas, all of the encounters are scripted, kinda. If you, for example, if you follow along the main road, I think I still remember. You go out from the starting town. At the front, you will and then you will there's like branch to the right and to the left. To the left is the gunners. To the right, you will find some geckos, and then over you keep going, there will be like some settlements, right? And then after that, there are some bandits you can fight. No, there are some giant ants first, and then some bandits, and then keep going, you will find like more bandits, right? And then there's a town that was burned by the Caesars. After going past that, there's a mountain where you will face more bandits, right? And then from there, my memory kinda blurry here, but yeah. I still think till now big city in scale kilometer. How big is that? I don't know. Yeah, we certainly have futuristic post-apocalyptic open world. Post-apocalypse, we have a lot actually. Fallout, Mad Max, Rust, what else? Borderlands. Well, Borderlands isn't really post-apocalyptic, but it has the feel. But actually, a sci-fi, futuristic sci-fi open world, right? Where it's not post-apocalypse, it's just the present time kind of thing. I can't really recall much. GTA but all anime still exist. Yeah, where? GTA but anime? Probably not enough, because not enough demand for it, to be honest. That is true. Cities should feel like a city. True. I already finished New Vegas. I already finished New Vegas story, yeah. All the way to Mr. House. Chamomile. Wow, I think welcome. Nah. You know why New Vegas is more interesting than Oblivion? Because Bethesda didn't make it. Yeah. I really like also the main character in New Vegas. Like, compared to the ones that Bethesda made, they're like, oh, I'm looking for my father. Oh, I'm looking for my son. Oh, I'm such a kind person. I'm such a goody two shoes. Oh no, family, this and that, blah blah. And then there's New Vegas character be like, I got shot in the head and now I'm gonna find who did it. Like, how is that not badass? How is that not even more badass? He got shot in the head, lived through it, and now he gonna make the one who did that pay. Someone messed with him and he gonna make them pay. Well, to be honest though, it's really more like he got a job to do and he gonna do it. State of Decay. Oh, State of Decay. I have the game. I haven't really played that. I haven't really played too much of it. But I remember I got to like the second part of the city. The city instead of Decay is pretty big. Yeah, I like it. It's like big enough to play around in. Right? Doesn't feel as small. Probably because of the zombies. So it feels big because you cannot really explore that much. That reminds me of Zombie. The city in Zombie is absolutely huge. I like it. Borderlands more like sci-fi meets apocalyptic. True. Post-apocalypse mostly sci-fi. But I want sci-fi that isn't post-apocalypse. Where? Post-apocalypse is a lot, but something like cyberpunk but open world is rare. Right? Tisha? Where are they? Where are my normal sci-fi open world game that isn't post-apocalypse? State of Decay map is kinda shit evil. Is it shit? Yeah, I haven't really played too much of the game to actually like give it any, give it any judgment. But from what I remember, pretty okay. The only game you can par to par with GTA is Saints Row 3. Too bad they fucked up the 4th game, what a waste. Saints Row 3 map, it's huge. I love it. It feels big. I like the city. Saints Row 4, it's basically like a DLC to the third one, to be honest. And honestly, I really enjoy the third one more because it's more grounded. Saints Row 4 is like, it's too superhero. It's a superhero simulator, more like. The new one, I have it on Epic, but I haven't really played it. I don't think looking for father or son and finding someone who shot me is that different. They're all personal matter. They are, yeah. It just feels cooler to me that like this guy is alone. He's doing it for his own like for his own purpose. I don't know. I like loneliness. Like lone wolf character are so cool. LOL too. Actually, I really love open zone world MMORPG games that actually MMO with very lively scenery interaction, like someone eating, chopping some woods. That'll make the city lively. That reminds Prisma, welcome by the way. That reminds me of like old MMORPGs like Ragnarok and Seal. I like them because like you actually have interaction with other players. MMOs these days are like they feel so dead. Like it's like they take off the MMO part and only leave the RPG part, right? And like so it's basically more like an RPG that happens to be online. The only respectable game from Bethesda is only Skyrim, not gonna lie. It's the most well-made one, to be honest, yeah. Great game, but feels like missing souls in SOD 2. Not like previous SOD 1. Friendly welcome! SOD is what again? I forgot. Oh, State of Decay. I haven't played the second one. Skyrim setting the bar became the benchmark for RPGs nowadays. Ah, well, it's a pretty well-made game. Just curious how to make private server games just like Ragnarok. I don't know. Think you're gonna need special clients for that? I really want to explore new open world steampunk era games, to be honest. Ah, steampunk, huh? Yeah, we haven't have that kind of game. Saints Row 4 is a big meh. With aliens and superpowers. You're supposed to become the president at the start of the game, but that doesn't matter after the opening. It kind of sucks. And plus, all of those things you do in Saints Row 4 are all in like inside the whatchamacallit? Inside the simulation. So feels kinda like it doesn't really matter anyway. Oh, but Saints Row Get Out of Hell map, I pretty like it actually. It's small, but it's big enough to play around in. Saints Row Reboot 2022, you know? Really? Volition game, the one that makes Saints Row really fucked up, and they make Saints Row spin-off. Saints Row Get Out of Hell, I think, to me. Really? Is it that bad? I played it and I actually enjoyed that. Different people, you know? The Volition games too. It's funny that Ethel saying Prisma welcome for like really? Sasuka keren maksa. Only same name company but inside all different. Ah, I'm Hutrap MMORPG all days. Chamomile already tried Kingdom of Amalur. I haven't, but I have it on my wishlist. Skyrim and New Vegas was Fallout 3 is fine too, I guess. Yeah, Fallout 3 is fine too. New Vegas isn't Bethesda though. Mafia Trilogy game. I played the first one. Sarah Wolf, welcome. This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come city. I think Kingdom Come City feels pretty open and big also. It has a decent size. The nostalgia of MMORPG games is too precious to forget. True. Huge game map. How about Just Cause 2? Just Cause 2 city actually pretty big, to be honest. Yeah, it's actually pretty big. The city. Just that you can't really like just go around the city and enjoy things. Everything's too janky in it. But if you like go around the city blowing things up, it's not janky at all. Kabahasan janay. Just Cause 2 map massive as fuck. True. Obsidian game, the one who make Fallout and V digging grave for Fallout 3. Using same game engine but they're different like hell and heaven. True. New Vegas is so much cooler. If you want a big city game, then try Farming Simulator. Why? You're right, city bigger and not. Just Cause 3 city is even bigger. I haven't played the third one. Oh, how about Bioshock? I haven't played Bioshock, but it seems pretty big to me especially because you explore the city in stages. Pernah main Black Desert? Pernah! Black Desert City is also nice. It feels big. It has so much buildings in it and has like all these like twists and turns inside the layout. And plus, it's seamless open world. There's no loading screen at all. That's why when I played the Black Desert, I actually prefer to just travel from one city to another instead of hiding. Mafia is my favorite game and best game. Ooh. I only ever played the first one. I want to play more. Bioshock is not open world yet. The city of the sun looks cool as hell. Oh, because it's underwater. I want games who don't have time limit and be able to appreciate the game's atmosphere too. I also like that kind of game. You're not forced to go through the game so fast you forgot to look around. The third one farm was more fun lah. Which one? The Mafia? But city from the Sims. Yeah, I haven't really played around the city part of the Sims. Destiny 2 city is so small. Yeah, Destiny 2's tower is so small, but then again, it's only the tower. The whole city itself is huge. It's massive, and you can see it from the tower. I really hope you can there are maps there where you can actually explore parts of the city. That would be so cool. By the way, many my friend online era can't handle the distance from Kingdoms of Amarok. I think because their camera position, camera movement blur or something. Really? Skill issue what? Absolutely. Saya nunggu ada pengumuman Mafia 4 katanya antara 3. Let's go. It's the best. Mafia 2. I wonder if I have Mafia in Epic. Probably not. What Dark City is small? The first one I don't really know, but the second one I think it's pretty okay, pretty decent. But I saw characters setting the bar for loot artifact animation. Apparently they pushed the technology so far. They innovated the new technology for it. Watch Dogs map is meh, I have Watch Dogs too. Maybe we can try to see how the city looks like. Ethel, when it comes to fast travel, how big of a map that you consider in need of fast traveling? I don't know. I don't really mind having fast travel, as long as it's an option. It's just an option to fast travel, and you don't actually have to fast travel. I don't really mind having fast travel, so I don't really think about how big of a map could be that there has to be fast travel, because even in Yakuza Yakuza 0 you can fast travel. We can fast travel despite the map isn't being so big. It's more like an accessibility thing, because not everyone wants to always run around from one spot to another all the time, right? Me however, I prefer to walk. Do you know in Hella 104th Ken, the main character is traveling from village to village, which they have this Oh yeah, I heard of that too. It actually has multiple settlements. Yeah, I hope Monster Hunter Wilds is like that, because supposedly it's going to be actual open world, unlike world, right? If they're gonna make it an actual open world, I want multiple settlements. And the thing is, with it being open world, what if those settlements can actually get attacked by wild monsters, and you can come and help defend the settlements or something? That would be really cool, right? Follow the prequel of the original Mafia games, and you play as young and Sally. Don Salieri set in city. Oh, it's a prequel. Honestly, I kind of prefer I'm not really a fan of prequels, to be honest. I prefer to know what happens next than what happens before. Because if it's before, right? Unless the context is very interesting to me, I really prefer to see what happens next, right? Because if it's a story of before, I already know the ending, right? Oh, in the future, this guy gonna die or something. Or this guy gonna survive anyway. So it kind of takes away the tension on prequels. How about Starfield? Starfield was the first city that I ranted about in this stream. You gonna tell me New Atlantis and Aquila and Neon City, after 100 years they just gonna be that tiny? Really? That's not city. Come on. You have freaking space travel. You have how many billion human right now in the whole universe, and the city is gonna be that tiny? It's not even gonna cover the whole planet yet. Not even a big portion of the planet. Really? And just bullcrap. Been 2 hours, topic so good too. 1-1 by quality and character design effects. So I don't know why they can't recreate it so good. Tifa Lara Croft animation. Let's go. Is there a game like Harvest Moon but uses the Unreal Engine? I don't know. Don't think there is. Baba Bob. It numbers 2 cities. There's no city. Then it's been 2 hours. It's like being the skibite welcome. Be able to travel within the game world. If you're going to do fast travel, make it part of lore interactive. Modeling did this really well. Oh yeah! In-game fast travel is always more interesting than like just UI fast travel. In Yakuza 0, you fast travel by going to the taxi. We should not underestimate perf animator when they're taking things seriously. True. They see porn as like porn is serious business to them. I don't have mafia. Jaya, hello. I was challenging myself to play New Vegas but without fast traveling right. I kid you not, I can't stop trying to bop from point A to point B. It's so tiring but sometimes so rewarding. They show just traveling in open world games really is fun, to be honest. Hello Tol, it's so late. Dulu sempat mafia phone dijaga lanjut yang jadi like setting Las Vegas. Gak jadi. Oh, di arah yang kelima. Are we talking about SimCity? It's not. We're talking about city size in video games. Best naman yun. Dia mafia game release per satu konsol. Oh, like Unreal game? Doom. Cosicom Breakpoint map are gorgeous by the way. Oh yeah, I have Breakpoint. The one set in like wilderness, right? And like small city. I like playing City Skyline, very fun. It is. Novigrado from Witcher 3 City is so good. Oh, I haven't seen it. Hello again, TP. Ito mafia ko yun. My city in Skyline very bigger than yours. Nani? Tell us about City Skyline. Anyway guys, it's already 2 hours. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Ethel Chamomile. If you like and subscribe, become a member. Let's see. Today we have Tikus at level 44. Highest skill is Tikus 1067. Highest def is Check Frost 268. Yay! Thinking carefully. And everyone support me on Patreon. WMR support me on FANBOX. Mikael, Kobabu, Jeffil, Fatcat, Snack Batty, Daskibai, Damawan, Brian. Simi Mas Justin dulu, Oja, Blaze, Sekadeva, Devilman, Dataking, Zaz, Anon, Daniel, Trill, Adigan Katanadogo, Resen, Tan, Stem, Bapaya, Masa Video, Arkurian, Zaki, Israf, Kiriel, Kyo, Ruro, Teyes, Kim Life, Ricky, Giggle, Crimson, Drag, Green, Jeeper, Goro, Shadow, Sofa, Sofian, Setafi, F, Subasani, Philly, Bishamimi, Agung Tebe, Nicholas, Demit, Hikmat, Mengkudu, Yeri, Artsel, Tran, Despire, Melkaro, Kaminome, Birjol, Alfi, Wilumio, Nanafi, Jagalate, Hodo, Apps, Ari, Mobius, Himari, Sa, Asa, Silence, Frost, Latte, Colority, Anarchy, F, EA, Demon Will, Andrew, Ropi, Daffy, Belaware, Rudy, Renki, Dafa, Grid, Ideal, Coaching FBI, Joestar, Timothy, That Guy, Isel, Peace Mode, Guys, Ham, Nikohai, Ichining, Stippy, Tama, Mamang, Alif, Ralin, Jess, and everyone support me on YouTube. Thank you so much. For now, have a nice day, take care, at smile. Lunches in games like Potion Family or Stardew Valley are actually really nice. And the Hendra are so actually really fresh, it doesn't have to be your hyper realistic 3D. True! I haven't really explored Stardew Valley though, and I haven't played Potion Permit. But the village in Harvest Moon, for example, it's very nice to go to live in because it's actually lived in. And the school also did fast travel well, even without It's GUI travel. It has lore season and it's jarring to the immersions of the game, so you can do GUI travel. You just need to be conscious. Sniffle. Yeah, immersion is very very important in games. It makes you want to play more. Anyway guys, thank you. Asuma.